We get a lot of questions about our onboarding process. So if you're a rental property owner out there and want to know exactly what happens after you sign with us, who's involved, how long each step takes, and what they can expect throughout the entire process, this video will walk you through our entire onboarding, step by step. My name's Jordan, and I'm the founder of Artin Properties. And over the past 5 years, we've developed a 5-phase onboarding process for all of our properties. Whether you're looking to list a furnished short-term or mid-term rental or an unfurnished long-term rental, in the next few minutes, we're going to show you exactly how it works, who does what, and why we set it up this way. So whether you're already working with us or just curious about how professional property management actually operates behind the scenes, this should answer all of your questions. All right, so we currently manage about 235 plus properties. By the time we start onboarding, we already have a sense of the right strategy, and that's developed from the leads process, just prior to this onboarding process. Onboarding builds on that and sets everything up accordingly. Long-term rentals, it's all about stability, low turnover, they're passive and risk adverse. It's the conventional way of renting your home. For midterm rentals, this is great for flexibility and control. You're not tied into an RTA, a Residential Tenancy Act, meaning you're not stuck with the same tenant for over a year. You can also expect 15 to 25% higher returns than your typical long-term rental. For short-term rentals, this is great for maximizing your income and maximizing your accessibility and control of the property. You can expect anywhere from 150 to 300% returns with short-term rentals, depending how your property fits the market. So now that we've covered all the rental durations, from there, we structure the onboarding process around the chosen strategy, typically discovered in the leads process.
This is where we set the foundation before we ever step foot in the property. First, we confirm if the home is vacant or occupied. If it's vacant, the goal is to get it rent ready right away. If it's occupied, we set clear timelines for tenant transition and plan the next steps around that. From there, admin is about logistics, from licensing and permits if required, to collecting keys and access codes, up to setting up EFTs and bank details before we finally schedule the initial property visit, which becomes phase 2. This is also where you meet the team: Kyle, our head of client relations, his assistant Stacy, and Nisha and Stephanie on finance and admin. Phase 1 is the handoff, from sales and onboarding into full operations, and it ensures everything is organized, compliant, and ready for the in-person onboarding.
This is where I and Francisca step in on site. Our job is to document your property from top to bottom. Every system, every appliance, every detail tenants might need. Why? Because once people move in, questions always come up. When a guest texts us saying, the TV isn't working, we already know your home well enough to tell them exactly what to check, and the issue gets solved without ever involving you. That's the difference. And in a long-term rental, it might be something simple like the power going out in part of the home. Because we've already documented exactly where the breaker panel is and which switch controls what, we can walk the tenant through fixing it immediately, again, without you needing to get involved. We also prepare your property to meet hotel level standards. Any maintenance issues get identified and relayed to you for approval so they can be fixed before the tenants arrive. The goal is simple: a clean, fully functional, rent-ready property that reflects our brand and makes renting easier. Phase 2 is about preparation, knowing everything about the home, ensuring there are no surprises, and presenting at the highest standard possible.
This is where Stacy and Daniela step in, depending on whether it's short-term or long-term. First comes media, and this is where we are totally different as a company. We don't touch iPhone photos. We have Tom, the best photographer in the city, locked into an exclusive contract. Every property gets professional photography, drone shots, videos, and a full 3D tour. We like to call this no-limit media, and we're the only company in Vancouver, maybe even in the entire industry, doing it this way. From there, we build your listings and we push it across every channel. For short and midterm rentals, that means our website, Airbnb, VRBO, Booking.com, Expedia, and more. For long-term rentals, it's Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, Live.Rent, PadMapper, and of course, our very own website. But here's the real edge. We don't just rely on platforms. We built an ecosystem of tenants constantly inquiring with us. That means when your property comes online, we actively shop it to people already looking through our network, often closing deals before it even hits the market. Marketing is where all the documentation from phase 2 turns into conversion, high quality media, optimized listings, pricing strategy, and distribution across every channel, plus the direct pipeline of demand we've built ourselves.
Once marketing is wrapped up, We send you the official welcome email, and our system automatically pulls your property into all of our databases. This happens on a rolling cycle every 30 minutes. At this point, your property is fully integrated into our platform, live in our management system, and officially ready to start generating income. But the process doesn't stop here.
Phase 5 is optimization and time to value. Once a property is advertised, every day it sits vacant is money lost for both us and for our clients. So phase 5 is about the race to optimize. It's about getting the property in front of the right people, the ones who will actually rent it. This is where we're different. We're not just another property management company that throws up a listing and hopes for the best. We're performance driven. We know how important it is to deliver returns. For many owners, that's the difference between financial stress and financial excitement. And we take that responsibility very seriously. Take Umang's property as an example. We know the exact date it went live, we track net income, and we expect to rent it within 7 to 10 days. If the data shows it's overpriced, we don't hesitate to have a candid, transparent conversation about needing to drop the price. Because leaving it vacant for a few weeks costs more than adjusting by a couple $100s. Optimization is about constant feedback, quick adjustments, and making sure our clients see results as fast as possible.
At this stage, it's no longer just about onboarding. It's about building a lasting relationship with you and your property. We've been able to navigate some of the toughest rental regulations in Canada because of one thing: communication. We take the time to understand your goals, keep you updated at every stage, and work with you to achieve the results you care about. When your property gets its first tenant or first booking, you'll hear from us immediately. We'll review the results together, get your feedback, and make adjustments if needed. That ongoing dialogue is how partnerships last. So that's our full onboarding process. 5 structured phases followed by continuous communication to make sure your property performs. We're not just another management company. We are the new age, innovative property management company in Vancouver. And this is only the beginning. If you're ready to join us, hit the List With Us button at the top right of our website. This isn't just about making renting easier. It's the start of something bigger, a new platform, a new way for this industry to work, something big. Artin Properties, make renting easier for all durations.